Thursday, October 26, 2023. 2JZ, finally on engine stand. Not bad, right? The correct bolts. I already put also washer here inside to don't scratch the block like any other time. I have removed the bolts for the crankshaft rear seal to don't F myself up struggling over there. And it came the time to start taking it apart. Alright, please note that the cam adjusters for the CL63, I just move it from there because I need the space, and I bring it here on the right. I'm still waiting for the intake cam adjusters. We're gonna see how it's gonna be. Let me turn off the light for now. It's fine for now. Looking good, right? Yep. Start working. Cylinder head cover out and the hooks. We might get away with that because it's soft. The seal's here. Alright. Then I hope that I'm gonna receive the milling machine. Why? Because I wanna fix this mess here. I don't like it to be like this. Somebody looks like that came here with a grinder and he cut it. That's how it looks like. You can make it nice and smooth, you know, to pass with a milling machine like this, to be nice and flush. Yeah. Most probably this they did it for a clearance issue. It was not clearing the fuel injector probably, but you can make it a little bit smoother, much better than this. Or you can give it in an angle to give the same degrees and make one adapter like a spacer to meet the same height like this one, because I have to remove material from here. If I have the milling machine, I'm gonna do it. Otherwise, yeah, you can take care also this one to don't be, I mean, I hate to see like this grinding marks. Yeah, that's me. Then this is okay. It's fine. It's a drop in the ocean. This is my things that I cannot live with. I remove the spark plugs. Spark plugs looks good. I need to check the gap in each one of these, and then my problem. What's my problem? First, the 916. I asked before that I need a long socket, like this, to be long. Then, the 916 before, I put it on the lathe machine and I machine it for a clearance, for the 157. And I know that also the 2JZ, you're not gonna give me enough space to enter it inside. You see how it comes? It's sideways. It's supposed to be like this, and not like that. And it's not going to give me a chance to pass it through this hole here, clearly. So this one, either I need to machine this one, or I need to find a long socket like this, that the shoulder is more wide, but here also for the 157 I have to machine even the long one. That's what I did before. Yeah, never mind. I have a problem. I cannot pull out the cylinder head with this socket. Lovely. Dang it. Then, most probably they send it this cylinder head, they port it, okay? They send the CNC, the exhaust, the intake, and most probably the combustion chamber inside. Okay, you're doing all this job. Why you're not removing the casting, these imperfections from the casting, to be nice and smooth? Well, what's the reason to be there? These kind of things. You know, it's gonna be nice. Some small details when you have it everything stripped off, when there's no valves, where there's no camshafts, there's nothing, it's just only the cylinder head, and you machine it. You can get a Dremel, like this one, and take care of some small details, some imperfections on the casting. It's not bad. It's always welcome. All right, especially for the oil return. If there is any imperfection, it's a good thing to return back the oil down in the oil pan. Alright. How in hell are we gonna remove the cylinder head? Yeah. I might send the socket to machine it for me. I'm gonna tell them how much to remove, and I'm gonna send it for machining it. Yeah. What can I do, right? Story of my life. If you have a lathe and you need one tool, or you need to modify the tool, or you want to fix whatever you want, you can do it. It's easy. It's very easy. Half hour, 1 hour maximum, and you're done. Without lathe, in general, without tools, you cannot do nothing. You cannot use your teeth to unscrew it, to remove the bolts, the nuts, or whatever. Alright, I'm gonna continue to stripping it off until I reach in one point that I'm not gonna be able to continue. Makes sense, right? Let's see. Let's see. Currently, I'm not gonna touch the degrees where they have put it, either on the exhaust or on the intake. I'm gonna leave it as this, because when it comes the time, I'm gonna put the wheel degree on it, and then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna check it. Moving on. For one stupid socket. Okay, here we go. I just removed the water pump, the caps, the camshafts, the gears, damper pulley, the protection cover. Alright? And we are coming at this point. We're coming at this point that it's not 9/16, it's a ½ inch. Okay? I make a mistake. You're coming at this point that you want to enter it inside, and you see it goes inside but sideways, like I said earlier. And then, okay, you try to go here, and it doesn't fit. That's why I said that I need to machine the socket, and you have to machine it to be almost exactly, because if you machine it more, it's gonna be very thin and it's gonna crack. Alright? Standing by, I have to send the socket for machining. Yay, lovely, amazing. Hydraulic lifters, the tappets looks fine, nice and shiny. Here when it's running the camshaft, I don't see any problem. Not something crazy, nothing to worry about it. Okay, the coating is normal, that goes away. Classic. Dang it. The keys I have removed already. My friend, he brought me also a new oil pump. Yeah, alright. I might, yeah, now I'm gonna remove the pockets, the hydraulic lifters, put it out, removing also the sensor. This is sensor, okay. I'm gonna strip off as much as I can. I'm gonna remove also the oil pan, the oil pump, the oil pan, and then standing by for the socket. I don't know how many minutes this video. Okay, maybe I'm gonna upload it all together. I'm gonna see if it's a long video. I'm gonna upload this part and then I'm gonna make another part. Otherwise, I'm gonna make it all together. Engine upside down. I sent the socket for machining to be able to pass. And like I said, meanwhile, let's open the oil pan. Oil pan out. Now, I don't know what kind of sealant is that. This is, I have no clue what's that. It's a pain in the butt. I mean, it's too much difficult to remove the oil pan. This is so flexible, it smells terrible. I doubt that this thing, it's, okay, it is what it is. All right, it was not leaking. I'm giving to you that. Since it was not leaking. What do we have here now? What the fuck is that? All right, we have this one. I have no clue what's that. All right. And then we have this all around on the pickup tube. What in hell is all this? This one flake here. What in hell is this kind of stuff? Is it a paint or what? What the hell is that? Anyhow, leave it here. Leave it here, right? Okay, crankshaft bearing caps, billet, connecting rods, billet. The oil pickup tube has seen better days. Has some pieces here and there. Yeah, alright. Yeah, sealant. Okay. There was a pen butt to remove the oil pan, and as I can see, the remaining oil pan has the same sealant here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Move on. What did I did show you the lifters. They're not hydraulic lifters, they're mechanical lifters. I'm gonna show you later on. Screw it. Okay. Let's get the pan, the oil pan. Put it down here, no need to be up. Leave it there with the rest of the parts, because all this need to be washed, need to be cleaned. Yep, alright, fine. Bolts, couple of other stuff here. Let's continue. Okay. There are small pieces. Who knows? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. L19, yeah, okay, nice. It's an L19, the connector bolts. Nice, and this is 625, right? Yeah, 625 plus, like the studs for the cylinder head. The good stuff. That's the good stuff. Let's continue. Oil pickup tube out, and the frame. You can see the billet connecting rods clearly. Alright. That's the oil pickup tube. It might be from the fuel, this one. I don't know, I doubt. I want to see how it looks like the oil pump. What digest, what it pass through the oil pump. Then I have some good news. I sent to machine for me the socket. They machine it. But the solder here, the wall, it's very thin, and I want to test it, I want to try it, because if this cracks, I'm gonna start looking for a socket. Yeah, if I cannot open the nuts for the studs. Usually I had same like this but long one, and I was machining only the front one, and the rear one, it was nice and thick. But in this case I have a short one. That's what I found for now. Let's work with that, right? Let's see how I'm gonna end up. Alright. Keep it there. Since I make it upside down, I don't remember, didn't I mention earlier? These are the lifters, it's the pocket valves, it's not hydraulic, it's a mechanical, alright? I think that I make a mistake and I said hydraulic, it's not hydraulic, never mind. So here we have front exhaust intake, 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, in order. Why? Because of this, alright? Makes sense, right? Okay, and I have to double check it at the end to see that it's correct, to don't have any headache. So this is from number 1 to number 3 cylinder, and this is from the number 4 to the number 6 cylinder. In order, front, intake, exhaust. Alright, you get the picture. Let's try now to open the cylinder head. Now, the cylinder head, it's an old aluminium. It's not like the new. And when you have to deal with the inline 6, at least me, what I'm doing, I'm not losing completely the bolts. I'm losing 45 degrees one bolt, 45 the other one, and so on. I'm not losing completely, slowly, because of the length of the cylinder head. If it makes sense, what I'm saying. Let's see. We're gonna crack the socket, or we're gonna be able to do it. Yeah. And because I don't have an old torque wrench, I'm gonna use this one. It's gonna help a lot. I don't have an old torque wrench because the old torque wrench is before I was using it as a breaker bar. Now I have the tool. Let's see. Success! The socket, it held up. It didn't crack. If you're gonna stay in one piece, also when I'm gonna torque it down, it's gonna be amazing. Now, like any other time, when I'm talking about studs, I have mentioned this one a million times. I'm never gonna stop mentioning this. You remove the studs. There's a 316. You remove the studs. You remove the washers, and then you can lift up the cylinder head nice and easy. The same thing for the installation. You put your head gasket. If you have a firing, it depends what type of firing you have. You placed in place properly. You put a little bit of Vaseline to stay in place. You are putting your cylinder head on nicely without inserting the studs, and then when you're nice and done, you can place your studs inside. That's my way, and I'm not gonna change it. All right. Now, let me remove the cylinder head. Cylinder head out. It's over there. And what can you see? Direct. See this? That's not okay. Especially when you can feel it with your finger, it's not okay. Either this or this here. I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. Talking about this. What in hell is that? This is something like, is that a glue? They put, yeah, they put a glue and it's been squeezed more down. You don't put a glue. You don't put a glue on that. You don't have to put a glue on that. On the firing. If you touch it here, it's more down at this point. This is what you hear, it's a rain. That's a rain. Yeah, okay. So I'm not a fan of this type of head gasket, but that's me. This doesn't mean anything, all right? It has a separate ring. It is what it is, fine. Then there was some signs. There is some sign that I can see some gases in some spots, and this is supposed to be a super glue. That's why it's like, yes, this is some kind of glue, and this is a positive here. I'm gonna leave it like that for my friend when he comes to see by his own eyes what I'm talking about. I hope that I didn't mess with the valve seats. Why I'm saying that? Because if you cut the valve seat or the valve and it's not the same, you have to make adjustment on the pockets, on the hydraulic tappets. No, it's not hydraulic, the tappets up. Okay, all right, yeah, it is what it is, this one. Oh boy. All right, we're gonna see about that later, not now. Not now. Now, I'm gonna get out the head gasket and the rings in the same order, placing it on the table. What's happening outside? Let's go outside to see what's going on. Yeah, where to go? No, close the door, we're gonna be all inside. Yeah, it's raining. All right, enough with the rain. Yeah, it's been polished here, and yeah. All right, upside down. I'm curious to see how it looks like the oil pump. By the way, my friend, he brought me a new oil pump with a harder spring. The thing is, when the engine's running on idle, the spring, it doesn't matter. The spring, it's when you are revving the engine after 2,000, 3,000 RPMs, and it's building so much pressure, and this is to adjust the pressure. Don't keep raising up and up and more and more and more. Don't destroy the pump and don't come the pressure to the sky. Not when it's idling. Just saying. Let's make it upside down and move on. Today it's Friday, October 27th, 2023. I had to stop yesterday. I left yesterday, so I'm continuing today. Alright? Yeah. What I have done, engine upside down, I remove the oil pump here front, alright? Cylinder head here, I think I showed you that yesterday. I have the rubber mat to place the cylinder head after I clean it. And I have the oil pump. Oil pump. The bolts for the oil pump, alright, I already opened it yesterday. I just opened the cover and then I closed by again. Oh boy. Yep, I can feel the step through the glove, alright, and then I saw also one line there inside. It's something in pass. Let's put it this way and take out the gear. Let's take it together. Just a second, let me remove the gear. Okay. This groove here, first of all, I was expecting to be much worse than this, from what I saw on the oil pickup tube. This groove there and this groove here, it's not normal. This is not right. It's something in pass through the pump. All right. It's not okay. This is supposed to be a new pump, and it's supposed to don't have a scoring here. It's supposed to don't be rough. And supposed to don't have a step here. Just saying. Yep. Yep. All right. Okay. Nothing more than this for the oil pump. Now, let me put the bolts back in place. Since I have a new oil pump, I'm not gonna use this one. And then continue with the piston connecting rods. In order, taking it out, and then the crankshaft. Just in case that I haven't mentioned it, what I'm doing right now, it's not only removing the piston connecting rods. Obviously removing in order, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, okay? But plus, what I'm doing, I get the stretch gauge for the connecting of bolts. I wanna see, I'm gonna zero it out before I touch the bolts. Then I'm gonna lose the bolts. I'm gonna write down with a whiteboard marker on the table how much, let us say, on the number 1, intake and exhaust, you know which one's the left, which one's the right. I'm gonna write down how much been stretched this one, how much been stretched this one, alright? So at the end, what can I do? I can get the connecting rod and I can come to this device, stretch again, put the connecting rod here, stretch again exactly the same as it was the bolts, and put it here to see if it's round or how it is in general. With the wear that we're gonna have the connecting rod bearing, if it has any wear, it's gonna give me an idea what's going on, because it's important to be stretched properly. Alright, again, if I mentioned this before, I'm sorry that I repeat myself, but it is what it is. Move on. Because this one is pissing me off. This I keep it for my friend, for the owner, to have a look on it. Alright, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep this thing that looks like a glue. Alright, I'm gonna keep it here. Fine, and because all this mess is pissing me off and I cannot touch anything here, I'm gonna clean this area, alright? And that's what I found. But by the way, these things, it looks like, how it's the fine powder from the cast iron. When I went home yesterday, I remember that they have polished the block. The block inside looks like it's been polished. Alright, this fine powder, it looks like, it reminds me at least, the cast iron pieces from the block. It might be this one. If it's not being washed properly, it might be that one. Then I have already loose both bolts. This, I'm identifying it as an intake and this as an exhaust. So I'm writing here cylinder number 1, intake, exhaust. This was stretched more than 8,000 an inch, 85, and the exhaust was stretched by 7,000 an inch. If I remember right, it's supposed to be at 6,000 an inch. I'm gonna double check again, just don't make any mistake. Now, I'm gonna clean this mess, and I'm going one at a time to continue. I wanna see how it's gonna look like also the connection bearing. Yay! Yeah, let's move on. Let's leave the phone and continue. I'm gonna upload this part because I think it's more than 20 minutes to split it. Okay, I'm gonna upload this part, and until I upload the part, I'm gonna remove the connecting rods, and we're gonna be ready, and then we're gonna make another part. It's much better, right? Don't be an hour video. Let's split it better.